Hello YouTube, welcome to another one of my Duel Links videos. So today I have for you finally the grass looks greener deck. Now I only have two of them because if I wait until I get the third one to make this video, you probably won't see this for like a month and then it's not going to be relevant anymore. So the only thing that hurts, you know, not having a third one hurts this deck as far as consistency goes, but the potential is there. So let's go ahead and get into it. I'm not using magnets, I'm using plants, which I believe is also a very strong from the graveyard deck. As you can see, the deck looks pretty random when you get down to it, but let's go with the plant lineup. We have 3 Amaryllis, and this is gonna help us summon or level 6 monsters without tributing. We have Aromage, Bergamot, 3 of them. 2400, 1 tribute plant, that's why it's here. We also have 1 Destiny Hero Dasher. We can summon it if we need to, but a lot of times it's here so that you mill it and you special summon whatever monster you draw. Also, if you have a monster already on the field, you can, summon your Marina or your Talaya, Princess of Cherry Blossoms, with just 1 tribute. So there's many different things you can do with the Amaryllis, and I really like it in this deck. So our big bosses are going to be 1 Talaya, 2 Marina, and then the 3 Aromage, Bergamot. This is really cool because if your life points are higher than your opponent's life points, all your plant monsters do piercing damage, and that can come in very clutch. That's why I threw in 1 Raging Mat plants. This will give all of your plant type monsters 300 attack for each plant type monster in the graveyard. So you can get your monsters very beefy very quickly. I threw in 1 Treeborn Frog so that I always have something to either protect myself or to tribute for, my level 6s. And it worked out pretty well. I'm using the new card, Tackle Crusader. I like its effect of flipping a monster into face down defense position. That's probably a little bit better than returning a face up spell and trap card your opponent controls. Because that doesn't really... face up, you can return a field spell and that's about it. But I like this card, 1800 defense, 1500 attack. It's not bad at all. I'm running 1 gigantic Cephalotus just because it's an 1850 and it's a plant, and I can search it with Botanical Girl, which I'm running 2 of, in order to search my Amaryllis or my Rose Lover depending on the situation I have. You can also search out Lord Poison. Lord Poison is very good. If you can get it to your hand after you mill with the grass looks greener, you're most likely gonna have at least one of your big boys to summon with Lord Poison. 1 Bacon Saber for the protection in the grave. 80 Changer, it's always nice if you need to switch a big monster into defense mode so that you can get over it. 1 Dark World Dealing so that I have a way of sending cards from my hand to the grave in case I need them in the grave, like your Rose Lover, Bacon Saber, all those we already went over. Magical Stone Excavation is here for the same reason. If I had the 3rd grass looks greener, I would have it instead of the magical stone excavation, but this works so you can get your Raging Mat plants back. And then we're also running 2 skill successor, more graveyard cards. Monster Reincarnation, you guys already know what it does. But yeah, that's it for the deck list. I'm using Restart so that I can fish out for that grass looks greener, but I don't think all this replays. In all these replays I pulled off the card, but the deck can still work as a normal plant deck. Got a Maximilian Pegasus. And Mind Scan. I actually don't remember if this was... Anyway, I'm using my Restart skill because I don't have my grass looks greener, and I think I pick up the exact same cards, which is really unfortunate. But he ends up floodgating my Rose Lover. I was testing for the floodgate, but I did not expect him to use floodgate or Rose Lover. We see Gladiator Beast Bestiary, so now we know what we're going up against. And the cool thing about Rose Lover, if you guys remember, is that it makes my monsters unaffected by trap cards. So it's not affected by the Windstorm. I get to hit him for 700. I knew that the Gladiator Beast Murmillo was coming, But because I have my Botanical Girl, I'm going to be able to search a second Rose Lover, and then Monster Reincarnation is going to put that in the grave. So I was fine with this trade. He's down to 1 back row card. Picks up another Laquari. And here I go for my play. Send Rose Lover back into the grave. Get my Mariña. Activate Rose Lover. And then I set an Amaryllis. I knew he was gonna be, he was gonna be baited into attacking this face down, so he could tag out into his Murmillo and destroy my Mariña. But it's a plant monster, so my Mariña's effect is gonna activate. I can destroy the Laquari, and now he doesn't get to tag out. I use Amaryllis' effect to normal summon my Bergamot without tributing. Hit him with Mariña, and that's the game. As you can see right here, I didn't even get to see my Grasslux Greener card, and the deck still functioned as a normal plant deck. So it's not one of those where, if you don't draw the Grasslux Greener, you automatically lose. If you get a huge break, you automatically lose, but that's why we have restart in there for. Mind Scan, another Pegasus. These were all in the KC Cup, by the way. I believe this was between DLV 10 and DLV 13, which is where I'm at. I might try to get to 15 during this stream. Go ahead and activate my skill. Summon my Bergamot using Amaryllis' effect. We see Chiron the Mage, that's fine. My skill successor needs to be in the graveyard anyways. But I thought this deck was pretty cool. It reminded me of Dan's deck, where he had Silent Magicians, and he would, send Silent Burning with Chiron the Mage to get one to the hand. But here I attack with my Bergamot first, because if he activates any trap like a Mirror Wall or Wall of Disruption the way he does, my Bergamot is gonna die, and I'm gonna be able to activate Mariña's effect. So it was a win-win situation for me. I was gonna get rid of his monster regardless. Activate 2 skill successors in the grave during the damage step. Hitting for 43 to the face, and that 44. I'm sorry, and that's game. Nice and easy, boys. Nice and easy. Skill successor is such a good card too for a deck like this. I don't have a third one. It would be nice to throw it in there. Got a Joy Wheeler. Fields of the Warriors. Activate my restart. Trying to fish out that Grasslux Screener because the hand I had was pretty good. And it pays off. I get it, and I have Lord Poison to start. That's just busted. Activate my skill right away. Set my skill successor. Go for the attack. Or go for the suicide, so I can special summon my Mariña from the grave, and then get that 6 out of here. Fire Formation Gyoku. I was a little afraid of that, but then he just sets a monster. My Dasher was sent to the grave, so I can special summon a second Mariña, summon my Botanical Girl, activate my skill successor so he can get over this 6 Samurai, and during the damage step I activate Raging Mad Plants. Look at that. 3600, 4300, 4300. They all die at the end phase because of this card, but if you're gonna OTK, it's a great card to use. I was trying to find the room for a second one, but decided to go with Dark World Dealings. I don't know, man. I might do a Raging Mad Plants deck on its own later on if I pick up my a third Grasslux Screener, and depending on how you guys like this deck. But definitely expect some more 30 card memes. You guys know I love those. Now I didn't activate my my card turn 1 because I didn't want to show him what I was playing. I didn't have to restart, so he probably thought this is some some 30 card scrub. I'm not gonna do anything, and sadly I didn't pick up a monster that I could normal summon, so I'm not able to go for game right here. And it turns out to be Destiny Draw Burn, which is a little unfortunate. But he doesn't pick up the Lava Golem, which I thought was very surprising. Instead, he goes for Mask of the Accursed, gets his Temple of the Mind's Eye, and I actually don't mind that. This is one of the duels where I don't mind Temple of the Mind's Eye, because, you know, I'm able to dodge trap cards, and also because I have my Amaryllis with 100 attack that's gonna turn into 1000. So, you know, if you wanted to use something like a Draining Shield, he can't really use that on a Amaryllis. Not gonna help him. Not sure what he picked up with that Destiny draw. I was still surprised to not see the Lava Golem. And because I didn't want to get Draining Shield, I used Destiny Hero Dasher's effect of tributing a monster so I can bring my Rose Lover out with 800 attack. Basically, I just wanted monsters on the field that were under 1000. So I was actually benefiting from Temple of the Mind's Eye. And it turns out he picked up Curse of Anubis. Sets another card, hits me for 1000 once again. And there's the Massive Morph on Amaryllis in 2018, my boys. But my Rose Lover is able to end the game for me. It always feels nice to beat those burn decks, man. That was Yami Yugi, so we got one more replay and then that's gonna be it. I will be streaming. Well, you guys probably already saw this stream because I don't think I'm uploading this until I'm done streaming. So hopefully y'all had a good time. We got Kaiba as our last opponent. Once again, trying to fish out that Grasslook screener. So we got to use that restart. And I don't pick it up, but I have a pretty good hand with Lord Poison. Doesn't summon anything, so I just go offensively with Botanical Girl. I have my skill successor set, so I get to destroy that Amazoness. Even though I'm taking 200 damage, that's fine. We see Wall of Disruption, which is unfortunate. I lose all of my attack, but I wasn't sure what I was going up against. Kind of a random deck. He kills my Botanical Girl, which is gonna help me search out my Rose Lover. I pick up that Grasslook screener. Activate Monster Reincarnation so I can get Rose Lover into the grave. And pick up my RMH Bergamot. Switch my poison into defense mode, and then we see the enemy controller. But I have a Bacon Saber in the grave, so I'm able to protect my Talaya. Activate Dark World Dealings. Activate my Amaryllis. And I decide to tribute here instead of activating Rose Lover because I didn't want to go into a Wall of Disruption and, you know, just lose 2400 attack. Instead I used Amaryllis and Lord Poison to tribute summon my Mariña. Turns out it wasn't a Wall of Disruption, it was just a Red Eye Spirit. There we go. Red Eye's Insight, which is fine. Red Eyes is not a threat at all to either of my big girls over here. Sets the Red Eye's Insight, activate Amaryllis. So I can normal summon my RMH Bergamot, activate Skill Successor. And the reason why I did that is because, like I mentioned, if you have more life points than your opponent, he makes all your plants pierce. So I was fairly certain that with 3900 attack, I was gonna be able to pierce over anything. And that's it for the video, guys. You know, just a 30 card meme deck. Don't expect it to be super competitive. This is just something fun. I mean, I love using 30 card decks that self-mill, and you know, this card makes everything a lot easier. We still need a little bit of help though. We need something that can destroy back row from the grave. I know Bujins do that, but outside of that, there's no generic card yet that can destroy back row from the grave. But thank you guys so much for watching. As always, like, comment, and subscribe if you want. Join my Discord if you haven't. The link will be down in the description, along with my PayPal link if you guys want to support my channel, support my content. I really appreciate that. And till next time.